So this is second in a series of videos about Photopea, which is kind of a clone but online and free and web-based of Photoshop. So today in this video, I'm going to talk about using the zoom tool, and I'm going to talk about using the selection tools and copying and pasting. So the first thing is we have our toolbox on the left, and all the way at the bottom, it looks like a magnifying glass. And if you click on that, you can click in all the way until you see the pixels that make up the picture. If you go to the option bar up here, you'll see that you also have a minus, so you can zoom out. You can also, whichever tool that you're in, plus or minus, if you drag diagonally, it'll allow you to zoom in and zoom out. And you also have some shortcuts that allow you to, fit the area or whatever you need to do. So there are several ways that you can zoom in and out just by the plus and the minus and clicking, by dragging diagonally, and also using these shortcut buttons right here on the option bar. So the next thing are the selection tools. So Photopea is like Photoshop in that it is a program that allows you to do things to parts of pictures. But you have to tell Photopea what pixels you want to mess with, what pixels you want to move or change color or do whatever. So you use the selection tools to tell Photopea, same as in Photoshop, what pixels you want to manipulate. The selection tools are found towards the top. So we have just like a rectangle. So if I wanted to do the rectangle, and then I could delete that. There's just the rectangle. You just click and drag. If I hold on the rectangle, I see that I also have an ellipse. So that is like a circle or an oval. And again, you just click and drag. And you see the little dotted line. In Photoshop, that dotted line moves. In Photopea, it does not. Under that, I'm going to click and hold and show you that there are 3 lasso tools. And those are kind of free form tools. So we have the lasso tool, the polygonal lasso tool, and the magnetic lasso tool. The lasso tool allows you just to click and draw whatever shape you want. Actually, I'm going to switch images. So click and draw whatever shape you want. And you just click, hold on, draw, and let go, and it'll close itself. So see, that's what's selected there. Or you can choose the polygonal. And the way that works is you click and let go, 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 and then double click at the end. And now that is the shape. So polygonal is really nice because it's all angles and lines, and you just click at whatever point you want to have an angle. And then the last one is the magnetic lasso tool. So let me actually zoom in here real quick. Ooh, other way. So the magnetic lasso looks for the edges of pixels. So like here, see how it's a little rough, but we have blue pixels, and then we have the pixels of the giraffe. So, So it's kind of looking for those edges. So if I click and hold and choose the magnetic lasso, it kind of wants to hug those edges. And what I like to do, see, as I'm moving away, it wants to hug. So what I like to do is help it out by clicking every once in a while to put in some anchor points, because it's not perfect. And I just kind of trace around things and put my anchor points and make a selection. I'm not going to go all the way around, but let's just click, click, move and click, move and click. It kind of helps you by hugging the edges. And then I'm going to double click at the end. So right now I just have the giraffe's head that's selected. So again, for the magnetic lasso tool, it likes to hug the edges. So you just click and move and then click every place you want to put an anchor point so it doesn't lose that, and then double click at the end and it will close it. Now, why do you want to do these things? Because now that you have those selections, you can do things with them. And one of the things that you could do is copy and paste them. So I now have this selected. So I'm telling Photopea, all right, these are the pixels I want. And now I could copy and paste. So under edit, I could go to copy, or I'm on a PC, I could do Control C. I could go into another tab and I could paste, or Control V on a PC, edit paste. And now I have that giraffe head there. I can use my move tool. It's at the very top. And so I can move that giraffe head wherever I like. All right, I'm going to put it down here. So again, to copy and paste, let's go to this one. And actually, I'm just going to, one more, there is this quick selection tool, which of course is way easier, but it's good to know how to use the other selection tools. Or there's the object selection, that's the easiest. You just draw a box over something, have the plus in the object, and it will automatically select it. But it's not always that great. Like, it doesn't quite know what to do with the spots here. But just for time's sake, I'm going to use this as my selection. So again, edit copy, go over to my lava, edit paste. We'll see we got part of the giraffe, right? Didn't quite get all the spots. That's why, yes, it's kind of nice because it's fast, but it's not always great. And the last thing I'm going to show you is the transform tool. So clearly this giraffe is way too big. So I want to transform. So either while I'm in this, I can actually, while I have it selected and I'm on the move tool, I can press transform controls and just drag this smaller. But if that was not there, or if I want some more advanced transform controls, then there are actually more under edit and transform. And so you can free transform and move it any way you like, or under transform, we have things like scale, which means size, or if I needed to rotate it, or even things like perspective or warp, or if you want to rotate it exactly or flip it, it's in there. So like perspective, I could make it seem like it was coming towards you or away from you, right? So just know that after that you have more options when you go to edit transform. And then when you're done, you want to press enter and then like move to another tool and it will be there. If you don't press enter, sometimes it's difficult to move on to another tool. So when you press enter, you're saying, yes, I'd like to accept this. At least that's the way it is in Photoshop. And then move to another tool, and then you can use other tools. So that is how you select things, you copy and paste them, and you can transform the size and the rotation and the shape, kind of the overall shape perspective of a selection. If you have any questions, please let me know.